Okay, so far this week we've had beef on Twitter with multiple people in NASCAR, Faze possibly joining NASCAR, and a bounty now on Kyle Busch. Man, NASCAR can get weird. Yo, what's up everyone? My name is 𝘼𝙗𝙀𝗲 from NASCAR on MDK. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Line. Sorry if my face looks a bit messy. I literally just woke up maybe about an hour ago, so I'm still kind of tired. But grind don't stop. We still got to keep going with making these videos. We have technically two stories to talk about here. We'll get into the Fontana preview in just a little bit. Our first story revolves around Adam Stern, who posted on February 27th around 5:25 p.m. that NASCAR is trying to bring one of, if not the most popular gaming companies in America or in the world, Faze Clan. NASCAR is trying to convince Faze Clan to partner up and bring them to NASCAR racing and try and get them involved in racing. Here's the official tweet from Adam Stern. It says that NASCAR is talking to Faze Clan about how the gaming group could get involved in racing. It may host some Faze folks this weekend at Auto Club Speedway near LA. NASCAR sent Faze an iRacing rig, and Anthony Alfredo says his cars/gear will have Faze logos this weekend. And it's true. We're going to show you a couple pics. This first one comes from Brandon Williams, who shows a Faze iRacing rig, which, by the way, that looks very beautiful, I will say so myself. And also here, more pics from Anthony Alfredo, who I've sent 3 or 4 pics of him with Faze logos, one on his helmet, one on the right rear side, I'm pretty sure on the left right side corner panels of his Xfinity race car that he will race at in Fontana this weekend. And I must say, overall, this is a fantastic. I love what NASCAR is doing. This is exactly what NASCAR needs to do. They need to go to target companies that attract younger viewers. They did it with Barstool. Barstool has somewhat of a younger fan base, and certainly has a fan base that's not accustomed to NASCAR, and that looks like it's starting to pull in numbers, starting to get more fans from Barstool to get into NASCAR. Faze Clan, they are a massive company, have a massive fan base, particularly younger audience. NASCAR wants to get a younger audience. That's what all sports companies should be rooted for, is to get a younger audience. I love what they're doing at NASCAR, and I'm very curious to see what this could lead to. Could this lead to maybe an esports thing? Faze Clan, they do have multiple esports teams. Could we possibly see a Faze team in iRacing? It's all speculation, and it's probably way too far down the line to say anything, but still very cool to see that NASCAR is taking this approach, going after companies that attract younger audiences. I'm very interested to see what Faze Clan will have a role with the relationship between them and NASCAR. Is going to be very, very interesting to see. And now let's get on to this story, the Kyle Busch bounty timeline. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to show you around 5 or 6 tweets that basically set up this whole thing. So it all started on February 21st, right after Las Vegas race, when Fox NASCAR posted this: 7 races undefeated in the NASCAR trucks. Retweet to congratulate Kyle Busch on his Vegas win. Now, surprisingly, whenever Kyle Busch wins a truck race, the comments are not so good. Many people are bashing Kyle Busch, saying, "Oh wow, congratulations, you beat a bunch of drivers that couldn't, that haven't won anything, or can only manage to barely win a late model race, or something like that." And Kyle Larson noticed that, and he retweeted, I should say, simply with 3 cherries. What I believe this might represent is he's calling Kyle Busch a cherry picker for beating up basically a bunch of kids like Christian Eckes or Ralph Lazar, or beating up, or who haven't won a late model race, or beating up drivers that have been in the trucks for a bunch of years, if not their whole entire career, like for Johnny Sauter and Matt Crafton. And so with that, Kevin Harvick started to get into mix. He tweeted out a couple posts talking about how build faster trucks, or stuff like that, trying to sort of push drivers to beat Kyle Busch. And then a certain fan posted this on Twitter, and I'm going to read it off right here. It says, "I started watching trucks because of Kyle. Now I watch whether he's racing or not. The trucks need more viewers, and if any of the Cup drivers compete, it brings more viewers." And that comes from Christine Ward. So then Kevin Harvick decides to say this. He says, quote, "I like this, so let's make this fun. I'll put up a $50,000 bounty for any full-time Cup driver who races a truck and can beat Kyle Busch in his next 4 races. #game on." And that was so well liked, shockingly liked. A bunch of people thought this is a great idea, that even the CEO of Gainer Outdoors, which is the sponsor that represents the Truck Series, he retweeted that, said, "Hey, yeah, Kevin Harvick, I'll match that. I'm not comfortable Kyle Busch can't be beat at NASCAR Trucks, at Gainer RV, at NASCAR." So that $50,000 is now going to be $100,000 on the line to see who can beat Kyle Busch in the next 4 races. So, who is up to the challenge? Well, we already know 2 drivers are going to do that. Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott announced on Twitter on February 27th at 5:31 p.m. on Twitter. He says, "Challenge accepted. I'll see y'all in Atlanta." At Kyle Busch, at Kevin Harvick, at Marcus Lemonis. Thanks to at GMS Racing and Hooters Racing. And that's also the next race for the trucks will be Atlanta. They're not racing at Fontana or Phoenix. They will be back on the road when the NASCAR West Coast swing ends when they return to Atlanta. And then 2 hours later, Kyle Larson tweeted out this. He says, "Count me in for Homestead. Thanks for the opportunity to make some cash money at GMS Racing and at Team Chevy." So, Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson will be competing in the next 2, I believe Atlanta's after Homestead, but at least one driver will compete in the next 2 races for the Truck Series more than likely for the sole reason to beat Kyle Busch and get that $100,000 bounty. Now, Chase Elliott will all be competing at Kansas, not just Atlanta, so he'll be competing in at least one more truck race. And I must say, if you look on Kyle Busch Motorsports on their Twitter page, GMS Racing, they posted a picture said, and he didn't think it was going to happen because Kyle Busch, even on a podcast, I think it was with Rubbins Racing or a Barstool podcast with Clint Bourne and Dave Portoni, he said that he didn't think it was going to happen. He didn't think anyone was going to step up. He just thought this was just for fun or just a publicity stunt. He did not think that this was going to happen. And now 2 drivers have already stepped up to the plate. Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. Kyle Busch Motorsports retweeted that picture from GMS Racing, said, "Bring it on, friends. Bring it on," with the muscle emoji. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, yes, it's only for full-time Cup drivers. There was a bit of a backlash for not allowing the truck drivers, the full-time Cup truck drivers, to participate in this event. But regardless, this is. I'm not a fan of specifically Kyle Busch in the Truck Series, mainly because he competes so much. Like, I don't mind one-offs. Like, I don't mind, if, let's say, Denny Hamlin wants to race in trucks for one time a year, fine, I'm okay with that. But I don't like it when, if you compete in 12 or 13 Truck Series races and you're in a Cup driver, it just makes no sense. I don't like that. Even Kyle Busch competing all 4 or 5 races, I don't like that. I don't mind 1 or 2 races, but I don't like all 5. But regardless, this is such a cool thing that's going on, and I really want Fox to put it on prime time. Have the races that Kyle Busch has entered in on prime time, or not on prime time, but at least on the Fox network. Okay, and Marcus Lemonis even said that. He said, like, if Fox Sports puts the race on network television, I think he'll add even more money to the pool. But regardless, this is such a cool thing. This is great publicity for the Truck Series, because the Truck Series, in my opinion, is the best series, and it needs a lot of viewers, and it's going to need a lot of attention, and this certainly will bring the Truck Series a hell of a lot of attention with Kyle Busch and this $100,000 bounty on him. So it is going to be a lot of fun to see what happens. Again, the next time you'll see the Truck Series will be after Phoenix on mid-March, I want to say, at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then the following week after Atlanta at Homestead. Larson will be in the trucks for Homestead. Elliott will be in the trucks for Atlanta to compete for the bounty. So yeah, this is going to be so much fun to watch. I can't wait. Now, now at your weekend schedule for Fontana from Friday to Sunday. Starts out with Xfinity practice at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time on FS1. Then for the first practice of the NASCAR Cup Series at 4 p.m. Xfinity final practice at 5. And then finally rounding out Friday's event is Final Cup practice at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's again all on FS1. Saturday, the Xfinity Series pole qualifying at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Cup Series due qualifying at 2:30. And then finally the Auto Club 300 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Caution waves on laps 35, 70, and 150 to complete the 300-miler. That starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then finally on Sunday, March 1st, the Auto Club 400 from the Auto Club Speedway. Caution laps for the stage will be on lap 60, lap 120, and 200. That begins at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Now let's take a look at the weather situation from the Auto Club Speedway. The past 2 weeks have all had rain. At Daytona, it was rain in the trucks, rain that delayed the Daytona 500 to Monday. Then last weekend at Las Vegas, Saturday canceled all events for both Xfinity and Cup. The Xfinity had to be postponed to Sunday night after the Cup race. And now it looks like the rain is going to continue on with us. Let's look now at the race weekend weather. Friday, beautiful. High of 83, low of 52 with mostly cloudy skies. 0% chance of rain. The same thing for Saturday, but a bit cooler. High of 74 with a low of 50. Then the big old question mark on Sunday. Showers expected for Sunday's race with a high of 59 and a low of 42 with a 40% chance of rain. Now, depending on what happens, let's say this race could get moved to the nighttime. This could be good. We now have evidence from last year when this package was used that this package runs very well under the lights. So look at tracks like Kansas and those types of tracks. Ran really good under the lights. You have very cool temperatures, which again favors this package a lot. A high of 59. And we're not even going to count the real feel. You might not count the wind speed or the wind chill that could help play a role in lowering the temperatures even more. But hopefully, let's just hope that no rain delay, no nothing like that. Let's just hope that showers are expected but doesn't hit Fontana, and we can just have a clean, dry race weekend. Okay, we cannot have every race that we go to have rain. Okay, we just can't. Okay, it has to end someday. But yeah, that's gonna conclude this episode of Inside Lines right here on MDK. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. But until next time, my name is 𝘼𝙗𝙀𝙗 from NASCAR on MDK, and I'll see you guys in the next video.